How old are you?
I'm 17.
Do you have any siblings?
I have 3 siblings.
And are they younger or older?
3 younger siblings.
Do you live with your mom or dad?
Both.
Okay. And what's your definition of a dad?
A dad is a fatherly figure in your life, most likely biological, but not necessarily someone that loves you and takes care of you and would do anything for you.
Okay. Describe your dad in 5 words.
My dad is hardworking, he's loving, he's protective, he's very godly, and he's funny.
What is the most important lesson that you've learned from your dad, and why?
My dad's taught me that whatever I want in life, I have to work hard at it to get there.
If you could change one thing about your dad, what would it be?
I would probably change his job so that he's home more often.
What makes your dad most happy?
Watching football.
What are your dad's top 3 priorities?
To provide for the family, to keep us all safe, and to keep us all happy.
Is there another man in your life that has been a better role model than your dad?
No.
How often does your dad tell you he loves you?
At least every day, multiple times a day.
And would you marry someone like your dad?
Most likely, yes.
Right, thanks.
And how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 3 older brothers. 2 of them are adopted, and 1 is my biological brother.
Do you live with your mom or your dad?
No, I do not live with either of my parents.
Are your parents divorced? And if they are they remarried?
My parents are divorced. My dad got remarried October 2nd, 2015, and is just now getting another divorce, and my mom has a boyfriend.
How often do you see your dad?
I saw my dad on his wedding day, and then before that it had been a few years.
And what is your definition of a dad?
A dad is like someone who you can look up to and who's basically like always there for you when you need them, and yeah.
Describe your biological dad in 5 words.
I would say uncaring, a liar, abusive, manipulative, and inconsiderate.
What is the most important lesson that you've learned from your dad?
The only thing I've really learned from my dad is basically like how a dad should not be. And yeah.
If you could change one thing about your dad, what would it be?
I would change like how he actually was as a dad. I would like change him to be a dad.
And what makes your dad the most happy?
I'd say my brothers and like material things.
And what are your dad's top 3 priorities?
His work, his material things, and money.
Is there another man in your life that has been a better role model than your dad? And if so, who?
Yes, and my friend Jackson.
And what is Jackson to you?
I met Jackson at church, and I really haven't known him that long, but like from when I met him, I've learned more from him than how a dad. Your computer went off. Than how a dad should be in like just those few months than I have with like 15 years with my biological dad.
And how often does your dad tell you he loves you?
I don't think my dad has ever told me he loves me.
Would you ever marry someone like your dad?
No.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 17.
Do you have any siblings?
I have 3 other siblings. I have 2 brothers and a sister.
Do you live with your mom or your dad?
Yes, I live with them both.
Okay. What is your definition of a dad?
I would say a man who is the head of the household and one who protects his own family from harm or from danger.
Describe your dad in 5 words.
I would say funny, strong, smart, determined, and courageous.
What is the most important lesson you've learned from your dad?
He told me to protect my eyes from evil things or just wrong things, things that are not good for me. And so ever since then, I've grown a lot as a man. So I'm glad for that.
If you could change one thing about your dad, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know if I would change anything. I mean, I love his personality. But the only thing I'd probably change is I wish he had a full set of hair. I wish that, man. He kind of bald.
What makes your dad most happy?
I would say when the whole family is together, like for a big meal or just a Sunday afternoon, we're all together eating. I think that's when I see him when he's the most happy. So.
What are your dad's top 3 priorities?
I'd say his first one is family. I think his second one would be make sure that all his kids are safe. And then I'd say number 3 is taking care of my mom, his wife, and so. But I'm glad that he cares for her all the time. So.
Is there another man in your life that has been a better role model than your dad?
I don't think so.
How often does your dad tell you he loves you?
Well, I think usually every other night before bed, he usually tells me that he loves me and good night. So it's pretty cool.
What kind of dad do you want to be?
I want to be a dad that is always there for his family, one that is always there for his wife and his kids, and is constantly providing for his whole family. So.
How old are you?
17 years old.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 4.
Do you live with your mom or your dad?
My mom.
Are your parents divorced?
Yes.
Okay, how often do you see your dad?
Maybe like once every other year.
What is your definition of a dad?
I guess someone who's there for their kid. Well, I guess that'll be a parent, but someone like who's there show them like how to change their oil on a car, just how to do sports.
Okay. Describe your dad in 5 words.
A big bum. That's 3. I don't really know.
Okay, that works. What is the most important lesson you've learned from your dad?
Probably to be there for their kid and like be there for the women in your life.
Okay, if you could change one thing about your dad, what would it be?
I guess for him to like realize what he's doing to his own life and like get a job and stuff like that.
What makes your dad most happy?
I have no idea.
And what are your dad's top 3 priorities?
I have no idea.
Is there another man in your life that has been a better role model than your dad?
Yeah, my older brother and my pastor.
How often does your dad tell you he loves you?
I don't think he's ever said that.
And what kind of dad do you want to be?
I'm a dad that's always there for his kids, teach them life lessons and get them into sports and help them with their education.